They they namaskritya bowing down Govindam to Lord Krishna, Devakim to Devaki, Pitaram to their father Balam, and to Lord Balarama, Misatam, as they looked on Sarva, all Bhutanam, the people, Jaju, they went Dhama to the abode, Divokasam of the demigods. Actually, two verses are quoted here. So we will give the translation of both the verses, 55 and 56. By drinking her nectarian milk, the remnants of what Krishna himself had previously drunk, the six sons touched the transcendental body of the Lord Narayana, and this contact awakened them to their original identities. They bowed down to Govinda, Devaki, their father, and Balaram, and then, as everyone looked on, they left for the abode of the demigods. So, in the purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj say, the Lord Krishna remained as an infant with Devaki and Vasudeva for only a very short time. First, the Lord appeared before them in his four-armed Vishnu form, and after hearing their prayers, he changed himself into an apparently ordinary infant for their pleasure. But to save Krishna from suffering his brother's fate, Vasudeva at once removed him from conscious prison. Just before Vasudeva took him away, Mother Devaki suckled Krishna once so that he would not feel thirsty during the long trip to Nandavraja. And this we learn from the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So actually, I am to give class from 52 up to 56. So I will read the translation of 52. Sukadeva Goswami continued, after saying this, Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, having been duly worshipped by Bali Maharaj, took the six sons and returned to Dwaraka, where they presented them to their mother. In text 53, it is said that when she saw her lost children, Goddess Devaki felt such affection for them that milk flowed from her breast. She embraced them and took them onto her lap, smelling their heads again and again. In 54, it is said that lovingly she let her sons drink from her breast, which became wet with milk just by their touch. She was entranced by the same illusory energy of Lord Vishnu that initiates the creation of the universe. So, first of all, I pay my short introduction. Okay.
Hare Krishna. So today we are very fortunate to have association of His Grace Pad Seva Prabhu. So I will give a small introduction of Prabhuji. So Prabhuji has done his MA in economics from Utkal University, and he has done his Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav also from Mayapur Institute. He took voluntary retirement from AG office Bhubaneswar as senior audit officer on 2017. He took to Krishna consciousness in 1993 and took initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj in 1996. He got second initiation in 1997. Prabhuji took Vanprastha on October 2019 from the Samadhi of His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami Maharaj at Radhakund. He is a president and manager of ISKCON Burla. He is teacher of Bhakti Shastri and IDC courses. Prabhuji is preaching Krishna consciousness in different centers of the world, in many countries in Canada, Zurich, Bonn, Switzerland, Copenhagen, Oslo, Radhakund, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Jagannath Puri, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Trivandrum, Rameshwaram, Jhansi, Bhubaneswar, and other different centers of ISKCON all over. Prabhuji's lectures are available in ISKCON Desire Tree in Odia, English, Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam, Bengali, Russian, other languages. And video lectures are also available. And Prabhuji is taking care of ISKCON Burla. He gives morning lectures and taking care of so many devotees. So we are very fortunate to have association of Prabhuji. So we would like to welcome Prabhu 3 times by chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. His grace Path Seva Prabhu ki. Thank you, Prabhu.
So first of all, I pay my humble obeisances and to all of you, and particularly to the management for giving me a chance to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. So I am very fortunate to be here among all of you. So thank you very much. And this you have been listening from Srimad Bhagavatam every day, Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya. And there are different process of hearing. In the beginning, when listener hears Srimad Bhagavatam, but when he proceeds further and further and further, he doesn't hear anymore. He drinks the nectarian pastimes of the Lord, the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatamrita. You have all very elevated devotees. This is my feeling. So, you know so many things. Just I will give whatever I know, little. As you know, in Bhakti, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami says, there are different stages of Bhakti. First is Adu Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajan Kriya, then Anartha Nivritti Syat, Nishtha. Nishtha. Then comes Ruchi, then comes Asakti, then comes Bhava. So, this is the previous stage of Prema, love of Godhead, Prema. Previous stage of Prema is Bhava. So, there are 9 symptoms of Bhava Bhakti. It is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But I will say that those who have not come to that stage of Bhava, they hear or listen attentively, hear Srimad Bhagavatam or any Vedic literatures also. But when they come to that stage of Bhava, they no more hear or listen, they start drinking. And Vyasadeva intends us to drink Srimad Bhagavatam. Pivatam Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muro Rasika Bhivavata. You all drink. It doesn't say you all hear or should hear or listen. It doesn't say. So those who are very fortunate soul, and they start drinking this Srimad Bhagavatam, this nectar. Now, one thing is, am I understood? Or I am Odisha, I am from Odisha, I am Jagannath. That accent is there. So anyway, you are also Bengali. So Odisha and Bengal, both Mahaprabhu stayed here, perhaps, and went there to our Odisha, perhaps, 24 years. So my point is that, as you know, Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikit Maharaj, when being cursed and to die within 7 days, or on the 7th day, so he left his kingdom and came back to that Amartya Nadi. It is said Amartya Nadi, that is Ganga, that is near Haridwar. That place is there, Sukartal. He sat there with a decision not to take any food or any drink or even take any rest. So I won't go details because very short time is there. So Sukadeva Goswami arrives there. So he asks several questions to Sukadeva Goswami, which is described in first canto, 19th chapter. Atha pruchami sansiddhim yoginam param gurum purusasya jat karya mriyamanasa sarvatha. I want to know what is my duty, particularly those who are going to die, mriyamanasa sarvatha. So, in the seventh Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, first chapter onward, Sukadeva Goswami answers the question. So he says that people do not do what they are required to do. Swatabhyadini Rajendra Nunang Santi Sahasasa Apasat Atma Tattvam Gruhesu Gruhamedina. You see here, Newtown, Calcutta. So many buildings are there. So many people are staying, residing. This is for the first time I am coming here. So you see how many people are there. Acharya Jadar Prabhu kindly gave me an accommodation there in your that yeah. You see, so many flats, so many people, and here also so many. But what they do, it is stated by Sukadeva Goswami in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. They are doing what they are not required to do because they have got a rare human life. So Sukadeva Goswami starts Srimad Bhagavatam from this verse. Shatavyadini Rajendra Nunang Santi Sahasasa Apasat Atma Tattvam Gruhesu Gruhamedina. They are hearing, they are doing so many things, speaking, they are hearing so many things, but they don't know, inquire about Atma Tattvam, Apasat Atma Tattvam, Gruhesu Gruhamedina. They don't require, they don't think of that. So, actually, what they should do, all persons who are subject to death, their prime duty is that Tasmat Bharat Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishwara Hari Srotabhya Kirtitabhyasya Smartavyasya Chatavayam. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, first chapter. Tasmat, this is the required, this is our duty. Bharat Sar, I want to describe in detail because my point is here, so I will cut short all these things. So, our duty is to Srotabhya, we should hear, Kirtitabhyasya, those who hear in the next stage, they are able to speak, Kirtitabhyasya, and Smartabhyasya Chadahavayam. And they should remember Smartabhya. There are 64 parts of devotional service described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Out of them, these three are most important: Sravana, Kirtana, Smarana. So, in this way, Sukadeva Goswami answers Parikshit Maharaj's questions. So, in the second chapter, again Sukadeva Goswami repeats this verse in a little different way. So, those their prime duty is to hear Srutabhya. But those who have come to the stage of Bhava, they don't simply hear or listen. They start drinking Srimad Bhagavatam. This is nectar. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, second chapter, text 37, Sukadeva Goswami speaks. There are 60,000 sages assembled there. Sukadeva Goswami replies or speaks Srimad Bhagavatam. His father Vyasadeva is there. Vyasadev's spiritual master Narad Muni is there. And other 60,000 rishis are there. So Sukadeva Goswami says that Pibanti je Bhagavata Atmana Satam Shravana Putesu Katha Mritam Samvrutam Punanti Te Vishaya Vidusita Sam Brajanti Tat Charana Sarvantikam. This is 237. Pibanti. I said in his purport, I think Sripad Vishwanath Chakravarti says like this, that those who have not come to this stage of Bhava, they listen or they hear. But those who have come to the stage of Bhava, they don't simply hear, they start drinking. Pibanti, they start drinking. This is Bhagavatam. Pibanti je Bhagavata Atmana Sadam, Shravan Putesu Kathamrita Sambrudam. They drink how? From the in the ear hole. And punantite visay vidusitasam. And they are they become free, or they become pure from all the contaminations, visaya, of all the material contaminations. And brajanti tat charana saraduhantikam. They start going to the spiritual world. Brajanti tat charana saraduhantikam. And our Pondaracharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj intends us to go back to Godhead in this very life. In fact, Sukadeva Goswami, while speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikit Maharaj was very much worried. What we will do within 7 days? What is to be done? Or like that, he was wondering. But Sukadeva Goswami assures him that you see, Parikit, there was a king named Khatwanga Maharaj. Khatwanga नाम राजर्षे ज्ञानता यतम आयुष मुहूर्ता सर्वमुत्सृज्य गतवान अभयं हरिम. Within one muhurta, that is 48 seconds. Muhurta, 48 seconds. Within 48 seconds, this Khatwanga Maharaj, who is the ancestor of Lord Ramchandra, comes in solar dynasty, Surya Vansha. He was so mightier, he was so powerful that he was going to help the demigods. We'll see here these persons, these six children, they have come from this heaven. This Dibukosam. Dibukosam is there? Yes, Dibukosam. This heavenly planet, Dibukosam. So that Khatwanga Maharaj went to that Devaloka and assisted the demigods. It is stated that there are 33 crores of demigods. So he helped them to fight against the demons. And when these demigods got victory, the demigods asked Khatwanga Maharaj to take some boon. So Khatwanga Maharaj wanted to know how much life he is having. What is the lifespan? We don't know. Anybody? We don't know. What is our lifespan? So demigod, they have deciding. Ayu, Sriya, Jaso, Dharma, all these things are decided by our previous activities. Our age, our lifespan, our opulences, our victory, our fame, and our religious activities described. Ayu, Sriya, Jaso, Dharma, and so much things are there. But it was the demigod said that you are only having one muhurta, 48 minutes. So Parikit Maharaj asked for a very quick aeroplane. So he came in that aeroplane from the heaven planet to this Adil planet, this is Ajodhya Dham, near Sarju river, and he meditated there and went back to the spiritual world. So Sukadeva Goswami assures Parikit Maharaj, Muhurta Sarvamutsurja Gatavan Abhayam Harim. In one moment, he left this material world and went back to the spiritual world. So I say, this is our spiritual Guinness Book of Record. You are all very learned persons, learned students. Learned students. I am very little, I am having little knowledge. So you may correct me. I will complete within 8:45 so that we will have some question and answer session. So in this way, Sukadeva Goswami started narrating Srimad Bhagavatam. How now listening from second canto to 10th canto. Now we are at 10th canto. There are 10 subject matters in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam is called Mahapurana. What are those 10 subjects? Stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 10th chapter, text 1. Atra sarga visargasya sthanam posanamutaya mannotar isano katha nirodha muktirasraya. These are the 10 subjects of Srimad Bhagavatam. Every knowledge is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. So this 10th canto is Asraya Tattva. all Navanam Yalakyanam, all the 9 tattvas have taken shelter of this 10th canto, that is Govinda. What is used here? Govinda. Govinda. It is stated also, Srimad Bhagavatam is stated to be in Padma Purana, it is stated that is like the spiritual body of the Lord. First canto and second canto are his two lotus feet. Third canto and fourth canto are his two lotus thighs. Fifth canto is lotus navel. Sixth canto is the divine chest. Seventh and eighth canto are his lotus hands. Ninth canto is his divine neck, griva. And 10th canto is his lotus face. 11th canto is his head. And 12th canto is the helmet on the head. So this 10th canto, 90 chapters are there. 3 pastimes of the Lord are described. Vrindavan pastimes, Mathura pastimes, and Dwaraka pastimes. Vrindavan pastimes near about 40 chapters, and the Lord spent there almost 11 years. Then he came to Mathura for 18 years. You have all heard all these things. Now you are in Dwaraka Lila. Dwaraka Lila. So Dwaraka Lila for the Lord performed for nearly 100 years. 129 years the Lord has his pastimes here. So fortunate we are. It is stated that Kalo Janisya Mananam Dukha Sukha Tamanudam. For us, those who are taking bath in this age of Kali, for them the Lord performed these activities. Jasuta Tatpara Bhavet. By hearing that, they become the devotees of the Lord. So, the Sukadeva Goswami describes different pastimes of the Lord, beginning from marriage of the Lord. 16,108 wives. And for each of the wife, there is one mahal, one palace in Dwaraka. Dwaraka is stated to be, actually I forget, almost I think 12 jojan like that. And there are, Sanatana Goswami says there is 18 jojans outside that Dwaraka. That is in Arabian Sea. It is stated that there was a storm there in Arabian Sea. Whether it's there or not, I don't know. Recent news is there. So, anyway, my point is that starting from marriage till disappearance, it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. So, previous these two 85th chapter, there are 3 chapters, 80 to 84. These 3 chapters describes how the Lord acted in that Kurukshetra, solar eclipse. That is Kurukshetra, stayed there. And all the kings and other devotees and demons also came. Almost the kings are demons. Kings are demons. Almost. That's why the Lord descended. It was described in 10th canto, 1st chapter. Bhumi Drupta Nrupabhyaja Daityanika Satayudhi Akranda Bhuri Bharana Brahmanang Saranang Jaju. The goddess Earth couldn't bear the burden of those persons, demons. Nrupabhyaja, they were kings, but they are Bhyaja. They are only imitation kings. They are all demons. That's why Mother Earth went to Brahma, that is Sumeru. And Brahma, along with other demigods, went to Swetadipa, where the Lord resides, Swetadipa. This Dipa is in this material world, above this Brahmaloka. And they prayed to the Lord in Purusha Sukta mantra. That's why the Lord came. So he had several pastimes in Dwaraka, Dwaraka Lila. It is stated the Lord is Dwaraka, he is Purna. In Mathura, he is Purnatara. And Vrindavan, he is Purnatama. Purna means full, Purna. And when we associate with the Lord, we become Purna. That's why so much bliss is there. Yeah, this is nectar, Bhagavatam. My point is that 82, 84, these three chapters, the Lord performed, the Lord came, visited this Kurukshetra, where in future the Lord will speak Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The Lord will speak Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is song of the Lord. Song of the Lord. Eh? How fortunate we are. We get these literatures. Eh? And this is why our Vedic civilization is the topmost civilization. No civilization can compare with our Vedic civilization. You see, so much Vedic literature, vast literatures, Vedanta. Veda means knowledge. Anta means end of knowledge. Who can say end of knowledge? In Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, the Lord says about jnana, knowledge, from 8 to 12, I think, five verses. And after describing his jnana, the Lord says, etat jnanam iti proktam ajnanam jadato nitha. This is all jnana, this is all knowledge. Amanitva, madambitva, etc. Starting from amanitva, don't claim mana, respect, giving respect to others. Amanina manadena, kirtanya sadahari. So, in 5 verses, the Lord says about jnana, knowledge. Every knowledge is there in Bhagavad Gita also. And Bhagavatam is, Prabhupada Maharaj says, Bhagavad Gita is high school study, and Bhagavatam is graduation study. And Chaitanya Charitamrita, your mother tongue, so to say, Bengali, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is post-graduation study. So anyway, this my point is that the Lord and enacted 7 pastimes in this Kurukshetra. In future, there will be a Mahabharata. What? Where the Lord will say this Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, in this way, these 3 chapters were described. And a very famous verse of the Lord to the sages, this you may be remembering or may know this, that very famous verse. Jasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke shodhi karatradisu bhamya jadhi jatirtha buddhi sharirya na karichit janesu abhigyesu swayava gokhara. Almost all the people are gokhara, like cows and asses. Almost. They don't know themselves. They think this body consists of 3 dhatus, kapha, vata, pitta, as the self. Jasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke sodhi. Their intelligence is like that. I won't describe it in detail. So my point is, after this 85th chapter comes, and Devaki Ma and Vasudev, and they were all there. They saw the Lord's opulence. From the beginning, here also, in purport it is said that when the Lord took bath in the prison house of Kansa, the Lord came as 400 Lord. Tam adbhutam balakam ambuje kyanam, like that, described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 3rd chapter. Adbhutam balakam ambuje kyanam. But on the prayer of Vasudeva and Devaki, what was described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 3rd chapter, the Lord became a small child. Small child. Avajanati mang buddha manasing tanavasritam. They don't understand the Lord. They think just like ourselves. Is the Lord just like child? Very people understand the Lord. Stated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, text 3, Manusyanang sarasresu kaschid jatati siddhaye, jatadam visiddhanam kaschin mang bati tattvatah. Very people, and among those very people you are there. You know the Lord in tattva. I don't know. By your mercy, I ask for your mercy, for the mercy of Prabhupada Maharaj, to speak something in Srimad Bhagavatam. You know all the tattvas. How fortunate you are. You are associated with this construction of this temple. This is Divya, this is transcendental. This is transcendental. This is not material. All the persons are living material life. You are living transcendental life. because you are associated with Prabhupada's mission. How fortunate you are. And I feel very fortunate being associated with you, having association with you. It might get great fortune. I was not thinking that I will get so much benefit here, coming here. I wanted to have, I will, I am, my purpose is to meet His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj. As it was introduced to me, by me, on me, about me, that I am from ISKCON Burla. I have come to get our account signed by His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj. He is coming from Mumbai, and he will be scheduled to come here up to here by 1 to 1:30, 12:30 to reach and that flight. I will wait there for getting signed. But this is all transcendental, Divya. This is all Divya. So I didn't know so much things. For the past I am coming. I am very fortunate that I have come here associated with you. And also I didn't think that I will be able to speak Srimad Bhagavatam also. I have very interest for speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, though I don't have any qualification, eligibility. But by the mercy of the devotees, Vaishnavas, Gurus, and Prabhupada Maharaj, I am giving lecture there in ISKCON Burla, in different places as Prabhu showed. I have the opportunity to visit different centers in the world and give the classes also there. And I feel very fortunate being given permission to give Bhagavad class. The devotee who has brought me from that heights. I asked him if I can speak Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, no, it is already decided. Then I met Subhanga Mahaprabhu. Acharya Prabhu introduced me to him. So he said, I'm very glad. Yes, you can do. So I didn't expect that I will be able to speak. They already decided. Anyway, I'm again and again giving my thanks to you and feeling my gratefulness to you. So this here, Devik Mata and Vasudeva, they know from the beginning. And now, in the meanwhile, sometimes they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They think him as their son, children. Krishna and Balaram, their children. There is the difference of English or any other language other than Sanskrit. You see, in Sanskrit, one ekavachana, dvivachana, bahuvachana. Nara, naro, nara, like that. But in English, there is no such thing. Or in any other language also, I think. No language. Only singular and plural. There is no dual. Yeah, that is dvivachana. Krishna Balaramu. But there is no such word in English. So we have to speak in plural. As if so many persons are there, children, only 2 children. But there is no word corresponding to Sanskrit word, to dvivachana. We have to speak in plural language like that. Sanskrit language. It is our great fortune that we are releasing this Sanskrit language. This is called mother of all languages, Sanskrit. So this Vasudeva and Devaki sometimes forget that Krishna and Balaram, they are sons. Sometimes they are supreme personality of Godheads, as described. It is almost time. So anyway, so they requested, particularly Devaki Mataji, Devaki Maha, that because he has in the 10th canto, 46th chapter, it has described how Krishna and Balaram, they restored the dead son of their spiritual master, Sandipani Muni. So Devaki knew this. So she requested, please bring my 6 sons. They are the sons of Marichi. Marichi is the son of Brahma. They committed a grave mistake. Mat aparadha. That's why they suffered this way. They were killed by Kansa. And now, on request of Devaki Mata, Krishna and Balaram went to Sutala Loka. In Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto, 15 to 23, these 9 chapters, this Vamana Deva's pastimes were described. Vaman Dev came, I think, in the 7th Satyayuga of 7th Manu. In the 28th Manu, 28th Dwapara, the Lord came on the same 7th Manu, that is Vaivasvat Manu. The Lord came. Previously, he came as a Vaman Dev. Vaman Dev pastimes you have heard how Sutara Loka is there. Sutara, this body, is the son of Virochana and grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And you will be the future Indra, Purandara, of in the 8th Manvantara, you will be the Indra of these demigods. So the Lord went to there, Sutara Loka. That is more than this heaven by the arrangement of the Lord. Within one moment, this Sutara Loka, this capital of Badi Maharaj was constructed. Within one moment. Similarly, also within one moment, this Dwaraka was created. Created. Dwaraka within one moment. There is a famous saying that Rome was not built in a day. That is material. But spiritually, everything is possible. There is nothing impossible for this for the Lord. Kartum ma kartum sarvatha kartum samartha. The Lord, like that. So the Lord went there and Bali Maharaj prayed to the Lord. Just when all the prayers are there. So he gave those 6 sons and they came here. The Lord brought them back. This may their childhood age. So they drank the breast milk of Devaki Mataji and they got back their demigod's body. We have got 84 and 84 lakhs bodies are there. 84 lakhs bodies are there. The demigods' bodies are very fine bodies. I won't talk because time is there. So I will. So after taking breast milk from their mother, and they went back to that heaven. And after that, I have a doubt also how they got the remnants of the Lord, how they are still remaining in this material world. They will go back to the spiritual world after this storm is over. After this storm is over, they will go back to the spiritual world. Similarly, also you will also all go back to the spiritual world because you are associated with Prabhupada Maharaj. And Prabhupada Maharaj intends us to go back to the spiritual world in this very world. So thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. I may be corrected. I may some if any queries are there because there is some time is there. So I cut short my